I downloaded the second file, and now I open it. So my file is open. When it opened, there was an option, hey, do you want to enable? So I click on the enable, and I'm able to see. If you are able to see here, now I want you to click on this arrow and see all the tabs. Click on the arrow so you can see all the tabs. One by one, click on that, and you will see all the tabs. So you have multiple tabs, and you will see that you will see search data, and you will see grade data. Good so far? Yes. Good. Now, click on the grade data, please. Click on grade data. This is very simple exercise, then we'll do search data. So grade data. What's the problem, Alba? Alma, any problem?
No.
You kind of did a down arrow, down thumbs up. So everything is good? Awesome. Now, this exercise is kind of very simple, but very powerful. You guys have any problem?
No.
This exercise is very simple, but trust me, it's very, very powerful because we are going to learn something called very powerful thing called VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is one of the required skill for data analysis. Anytime you go in interview, sometime even job description, they will ask VLOOKUP knowledge is needed. That powerful thing, which you will learn in 2 minutes. It's not that hard. Many people don't understand, so everything, when you don't understand, everything is hard. But if you understand, everything is easy. VLOOKUP is very, 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 very useful for you. Why? Because when you are having files, let's example your tab. I'm going to show you a couple of examples so you will understand. If you have this file and you want to get something from here, we can do with the VLOOKUP. So I'll cover that. But before that, let's do step by step. So right now, let's say I have subject. These are my subjects, right? If you scroll up, you can see subject, you have 3 subjects. And I click here. If I click here, you will see I did a total of three subjects. So if you click on here, right? If you double click on here, you will see sum. I use sum and I get the total. Make sense? So let's delete it and we'll do our search. So I'm going to highlight and delete, highlight this and delete. Highlight and delete. Now you have a couple of ways you can do sum. You can do plus, like example, these plus these plus these. So first is a plus. Let's try that one, then we'll do sum. So you can see there are many ways you can get the same answer. So example, plus 50 plus 90 plus 80. So you're clicking plus, then you click here, plus, then you click here, plus, you click here. So this way you can do plus, plus, plus. Makes sense. And you press enter, and then you double click and get the answer. This is one way to do. Plus, plus, plus. But if you have many columns, it's kind of tiring, right? If you have too many columns, it's a tiring. So you delete that. Instead, most people, what they do it this way: equal sum, parenthesis start, and then highlight all, and then close parenthesis. This is more fabric because you're summing entire column. So even though you have multiple columns, sum will be, starting value will be B2. This is starting value B2. Ending value is D2. So then it sums. So this is very powerful. So if you have a bunch of value, this might be very simple command. Sum B2 and D2. Press enter. Then click here and you get the. So far so good. Sum is good. If sum is good, then we can move forward. Okay. Make sense? Now we take these items, and because we have 3 subjects, we're going to divide by 3. So we're going to click in average. So click here, plus this item divided by 3. Because this is our total, we take the total and we divide by 3 subjects. So we have 3 subjects, so we take total divided by 3. That will give me average, and then double click on it. Enter, and then click here and double click. So first of all, now you might notice that after decimal, there are so many decimals you have. You may want to reduce the decimal by clicking this tiny arrow. You can see this tiny arrow, this side, this arrow, which will help you to reduce that decimal like that. So you can see here, you can reduce. Make sense? You can highlight and try to make it decimal 2 digits rather than 3. I want to reduce all the way. I want to reduce all the way to 0 decimal. So I'm going to keep going like that. Give me thumbs up if you know how to do so. So this way you can reduce all your decimal value. Good. Easy. So now here we are going to learn something. Condition. Let's make it simple for us. If this value is less than 60, then you got failed. So you got a failed grade. You fail. But if it is above 60, then you pass. So we want to do that. Pass and fail. Right? So we know if statement. We have data, and we want to differentiate that if your value is less than 60, so this guy will fail. I'm sure this guy will also fail. Then this guy will fail. Most of other people will pass. No problem. So right here, equal, right equals, if parenthesis, if parenthesis, if parenthesis. Click on the first value. Click on first value. So if first value less than 60, less than 60. If less than 60, then double quotation, comma, double quotation, fail. You are failed. Comma, if you are greater than 60, then you are pass. Make sure you pay attention. So here we have if statement. F2 is nothing but this value. If it is less than 60 and this condition is true, then you will get fail. If the condition is not true, then you will get pass. Make sure you understand equals if, right? Then parenthesis, the cell, which is in our case F2, less than 60. If this is true, then take comma and say fail in double quotation. Comma, pass. And double quotation complete, parenthesis. Press enter. And now click here and double click. Boom. You get pass. So far, are we doing good? Good people on phone, just give me thumbs up. Now, I used to teach this thing, as I mentioned in the last class, that to in Arlington Heights, in city school, there are hundreds of teachers like this exercise. So that's why I created a data file for them. But now I want to have a grade. Please pay attention. I want to have a grade system. This is very important. I want you to pay attention. I want to have a grade that if you are between 0 to 60, you got a grade F. If you're a 60 to 70, you got a grade D. 70 to 80, you get a C. 80 to 90, you got a B. 90 to A, otherwise A plus. So this is my scale. Now, pass and fail, I did if statement. Very simple, pass and fail. But here I have only 2 choices. Here I have multiple choice. You guys agree? And I have multiple range, right? Multiple range, bunch of range I have. So if you have something like that where you have to do certain things, the VLOOKUP is very powerful. So we're going to do multiple exercise, and in coming class also we'll do multiple exercise. The homework which you are doing is mainly depend on VLOOKUP. So if you don't understand VLOOKUP, homework you cannot do it. So homework is extremely dependent on VLOOKUP. So I'll try a couple of exercises, making sure you're comfortable, because sometimes, human nature, the simplest thing will be hard because we don't understand, we don't watch recording, and we try to do jump on homework. You're miserably going to fail because this homework which you are doing is not a baby homework. These are MBA with data analytics. So it's going to knock you down. All your ego will be gone within 10 minutes. Trust me. I have seen many people came in, I've been working for Blue Shield for the last 20 years, XYZ. all kind of down right away. Only one student was able to do lab. So no matter how many years of experience you have, you will see you will be challenged, and that's the intention, that you learn something. Because sometimes I always tell people, you drive from here to Chicago, Chicago to here, Chicago to here, and you drop 15 years, doesn't mean you're expert. You just draw it. You did not learn it. The expert is find a different way to go to Chicago. So you need to learn how to do things different way. That's the expertise. Using Excel 15 years has no expertise. Please understand, experience and expertise are different. You attend today's class, you become expert, while 15 years you might not use it. So if you don't use it and if you do not know, you're not expert. So make sure you do homework. Homework is designed for your greater good. It will stretch you, and that is that will give you a job. Knowing only Excel basic thing, rudimentary, no one will give you a job. The job will come when you know something more than other people know. So homework, I highly recommend you do. It's not really hard because many students can do it. I'll give you answer also. And if you have a problem, next week I'll also show you how to do it. But if you don't attempt, then you're not going to learn. Okay? So how it works? So now let's understand. What we want to do is, right now, we want to take this value and we want to compare where it falls. So this value fall here, so it means C, I should get C. 67 should fall here, it means I should get D. Makes sense now? 80 should fall here, so it should get B. And 62 should fall here, so I should get D. So I need to get that. But how do I get it? So first of all, these are two columns, 1 and 2. And we are having vertical table. So the way VLOOKUP works, VLOOKUP works. First thing you need to say what you're looking. So I'm looking this item. I'm looking this item. Then comma, where you're looking. So this is the table. I'm looking for this table. I'm going to lock this table. I'm going to lock this table by F4. Sounds familiar? Remember, I invested time, so I prepared that. What is F4? You shouldn't be asking, what is F4? Because we covered that. F4 will lock it. Why lock it? Because if I drag it, and if I check this value, still it's fixed. This still is fixed. Still it's fixed. So because I want to fix it, I don't want to expand that. So I'm using F4. Then these are two columns, 1 and 2. If this value fall in this range, then I want a second column. It means I want to have a grade point. So let me do it. And then we'll do a couple of times, then you will do it. It's pretty easy once you understand. So first equals, command is VLOOKUP. So normally what I do, I type VL and press tab. VL and I press tab. So it will write VLOOKUP. Check it out. So I do equals VL tab. Then I click on the first value I want to look for, comma, I want to look for. Then I say comma. I highlight the table and I press F4. Press F4, lock it, $, lock it, $, comma. This is the first column and this is the second column. This is the first column, this is the second column. I'm interested in second column. So say 2. Then close your parentheses. So what we are doing right now, please understand, VLOOKUP. Then this is nothing but this table. And this one is the first column and this is second. So we are interested in taking this grade point. That's why we are using second column. If I had third column, I would have used appropriately. Press enter and tada, it got a C, which is correct. C is correct. And I click here and double click, boom. Wow, look at that. That's pretty cool, right? Let me delete. Help me. What should I do? VLOOKUP, VL, and then tab. VLOOKUP. Then I click on it. Then comma, I highlight and select the table. Press F4. Then comma, and then second column and parentheses. Please. VLOOKUP is the command. What you're looking for is here. What you're looking for is here. This is the range where you're looking. And then this one is the first column, this is the second column. You're looking this value. That's why we are using select. And then press enter. And then Once you do it, just click here, boom, boom, boom. Because you are lookup, you double click here, you are still getting the same block. If you don't do look, then you will get a weird answer. That's why we look up whichever item you want to lock it. You can see that. See if you guys can do it. Give me thumbs up if you're able to do it, or ask question. Good, very good. Good, very good. The first is F2, right? Comma, this is the range, which is we highlighted, we selected, comma 2, the first column, and this is the second column. Then once you do that, double click.
Gives me first three right, then it says not applicable. Gives me an error.
First of all, are you making sure you have selected properly? See, anytime you have mistake, let's repeat one more time. I want you to yourself, you will find your own mistake. Let me repeat. See on the screen, please. Right? Do you have, first of all, this thing appropriate? This value?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, there must be something different which is causing you trouble. Equals, see on the screen, please. Equal, VLOOKUP. You pick this one. And comma, comma, then highlight, see, only highlight this thing, comma. Sorry, my mistake. First, you need to do dollar sign, right? Dollar sign. Yeah, lock the column, make sure both column is locked. I need to lock this thing, then comma, 2. Now, enter, right? Now you click here and double click.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. They give me first three right,
Mhm.
then rest of this says it gives me an error.
So double click on the error and see what it says.
This value not available.
It means, did you do properly this setup? Something is wrong. Let me double check. Because it should not, otherwise it's a Mac kind of issue. Why don't you double click? You are not doing lock properly.
No, that's why whenever I do lock, they just give me the whole
Yeah,
column.
so that is not gonna work. It means you are not doing proper lock. So you're not doing lock. That you're doing empty.
No, if I do this
Uh-huh.
and control,
Mhm.
it just give me whole column. Lock.
Just do function for the function. Just hold function. Yeah. Oh, that's it. That's it. No, but you have to be in a VLOOKUP. So can't do that. Please wait the formula, right? The formula properly. Click on that 750. Now comma. That's this function. Yes. Some things sequence might be different. See, I'm not a what do you call that guy,
Okay.
but I can show you. But something can be wrong here. So you need to type one more time. Just do function. A function VLOOKUP. And this is click on that. Now highlight that, don't do function, highlight that and just do F4. Yeah, now relax. Now relax. That and just you can do F4. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Comma 2. See, anything you are doing incorrect, you will get incorrect result, because otherwise this is like Excel, right? So Excel will only work when we do things right. Right? So far, so good. Everyone is doing good. Now, please understand, whenever you are doing this, F4 is so powerful, you will be surprised how many times we'll use it. And that's why locking the column is extremely important. If you don't lock, it will start going here. Then you will get a weird answer. Okay, so locking is very, very important. Okay. Now, if somebody asks you, please understand, if somebody asks you how many C I have, how many C I have, how would I count? So there is a command called count if. Count if. So like example, I want to count how many C's I have. So click here. Click here. I'm going to click here and say equals count if. Count if. Count if. Now range. So this is the range. And comma C. And I can press enter and I can count how many C I got. Yes or no? So double click on that. See, count if. First, you got a range. You got a range. Yes or no? And then you can select what you want to count, which is this one. But if I want to count everyone, I need to lock down this range. Yes or no? Because range will be fixed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one more time. Please pay attention. I can start with F here. So I'll say here, count if, parenthesis, I make a range correctly and then press F4. So range is fixed. Then comma, I want to find F grade, if there is F grade. Then parenthesis. Remember this time I have selected range fixed. And we all need to know clearly that this is range fixed. Why? Because when I drag it, I don't want my range to be dragged. It will remain fixed. Doesn't matter what I'm looking for. Now press enter. So you can see there are 3 are failing. Now if I drag here, and you can see nicely, you can have statistics. Pretty cool. Give me thumbs up if you're able to do that. Good. Awesome. Okay, very good. Now let's go further. This time it's a little bit interesting, more useful, right? This is so far warm-up exercise. Now click on your first tab. In case if you notice that there is a tab called sales data. In case if you're not able to see, you might need to click on this arrow to get the sales data. So click on sales data. And now here the manager has asked us to do something. So manager has asked to do something, right? So there are many ways you can do, but this type of questions you may get. So total cost by region, which you know that. So this is the region. Now total cost, please pay attention. This is the data file and these are the question. We need to answer this question. So total cost by region. So East region, Central region, West region, like that, right? So how do we get that? Very simple. First, write down here somewhere, region name. So here I'm going to write East, which we did a few minutes back, but I want to make sure you do it. East, Central, West. I'm not sure they have South and North. That's all they have. So they have 3, I believe. Yeah, that's fine. So we have, you can write down wherever you have region, not a problem. Write down there. Now, how should I get this thing? So total cost by region. So what should I write? What would be the formula? So I'll say sum if, very good, sum if, parenthesis. Then you're going to write range, right? Sum if range. So I'm going to write range from East. Yes or no? I'm going to write all the way and then I will lock it. I will lock the range. So F4. Then comma, I have my region. Comma, I want to do sum of this range, which is this one. Total range, right? Make sure that also you highlight properly and press F4. So this way you have selected range. Remember, we have done the similar warm-up exercise. Now, after you do that, you have 2 things fixed. First is region range is fixed and the sum is fixed. The only thing you are changing is this your criteria. After pressing enter, drag it and you will get the answer. and drag it and make sure you have dollar sign because you are at the end of the day, it's all dollar. Let me know your answer is matching with mine. Good, right? And the same way you can do that part, but there is a better way to do. There is a better way to do. So sometimes there might be awkward questions. So let me ask you one awkward question. You may love it. This is like, life is not that simple as we think. If somebody asks something which we don't know, so like in this example,
Professor,
so yes,
I didn't get the same answer as yours, but I think my answer is right because your central is misspelled.
but that's fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
okay.
I'll change that. Yeah, I'll make it here. You'll be surprised. CENTRAL. Sorry. CENTRAL. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. You just asked us if we got the same answer.
No, thank you. Now, the interesting question is, listen, very interesting question. Unless you understand and break it down, data analysis, if you ask me, the easiest thing in the world. It's all about simple common sense. Many people will think extremely hard. Many people will think extremely easy. It's not a math. It's not a science. It's just to break it down. So now the question, all answer is in this data. Do you agree? There is nothing special. All answer is here, but the lens is different. So in industry, lens will be different. So like example, your manager came and says, I want to know, please understand, month by month sales. So month by month sales. So first thing, do we have month information?
Yeah.
Through date we have, right? So we're going to add a column here called month. Please pay attention, break it down first. We have to first get month. Once we have month, then we can have sum if, right? So let's do it. So here we're going to add a column called month. Now, how do I get a month from the date? How do we cover? Text, yes or no? So I'll say text, parenthesis, select that, date, comma, I'll say 3M, which is 3 months, that's fine. Like that. Make sure you understand. Before break, we say text A2, which is the date, and MN, which will say Jan, Feb, March, like that, right? So press enter. So I got a month. Make sure you understand. There is nothing special I'm going to teach you. I'm going to make it useful now. A2 is the cell, and MM will give me month. Press enter, and then double click. So you can have entire month. Pretty good. Now, please understand, I'm going to make it a little bit tiny so you can see better because otherwise it will be harder for me to zoom. So I'm going to make it a little bit. I can, through this middle bar, I can adjust the space and size. So you can adjust like that. Okay. Now I have month. Now problem I'm having is, I want, just like I did east and west, let's say if I want to do month, right? I want to do month. So first thing what I'm going to do, please see here, I'm going to do here Jan. Let's say J Kettle, Jan and Feb. Just only that, write this two, Jan, Feb. Excel is pretty smart. So write Jan, Feb, and then highlight this two. Please understand, you write only Jan, Feb, then you highlight both two and then drag. It will start doing March, February, like that. Check it out. Pretty cool. Very interesting. Love it. You don't have to type everything. Make sense or no? You just drag this thing, highlight this two. Let me repeat. Right? So the way you highlight this two and you drag like this, and you will get that. Right? Now, let's do sum if parenthesis, sum if parenthesis, the range, I want to have sum, so I'm going to take a range, right, which is this one. You know what to do. Select the range and make sure you do F4. So lock that range, comma, criteria, which is this one, comma, total, which is this range. Nice, easy. right? And then close parenthesis. Please understand there are two ranges. First range where the criteria is reside. That's the first range. Then this value, then this one is your sum.
Should we make that F4 or no?
Yeah, perfect.
We lock it
Thank
up.
you for
Of course.
F4. Yeah, make sure lock it. Both range you lock it. So lock this range, lock this range, and then this one is your the parameter which is changing criteria. Once you press enter, you know how to do now because you already done. Get that, then not getting here. It's jumping. Some reason jumping. Okay, now put it all and then drag it, and smoothly you can get the answer. Let me know if you are able to get the answer. If you have a question, please ask. Good. Yes, Alma.
So I know we're locking ranges now, but is there a reason you wouldn't just do the entire column G, the entire column F? Is it just because it's inefficient, or just in case of adding data, if more data is added? Is there a reason you wouldn't do
You
that?
can do, but entire column will take a lot of memory and it will slow you down because Excel has infinite opportunity. So why to take infinite opportunity for empty multiply? Each cell it will try to do multiplication now. So it will slow down all your process. So you only want to highlight where your data is there. So it kind of give you better performance. You can select entire column, but then that's unnecessary CPU cycle and memory loss will happen. So I would not recommend. Right now you're doing simple exercise, but if you have multiple tab, it will crawl. Your machine will come slow. And this way, it's important that you only select where the data is.
Okay, thanks.
Now, little harder question. This is like a little harder compared to month. What if your manager asks, show me quarter by quarter profit? Quarter by quarter. So what should we do? How do we do quarter?
We can either create another column or a VLOOKUP table that defines the month and quarter.
Very good. So there are many ways we can do. First of all, everyone understand quarter means? Financial term, quarter means like in a year, you have 4 quarters. Like January, February, March is a 1 quarter. It means these 3 months is 1 quarter. Then April, May, June is another quarter. July, August, September, another quarter. And October, November, December, another quarter. So using this, we need to first find a quarter. And once we have a quarter, we can do summing. So this time, I'm going to do VLOOKUP. I can do VLOOKUP, or there are other ways, but let's do VLOOKUP. Nothing wrong. So first, what I'm going to do, please, no, but creativity is important. So what I'm going to do, this is my month. I know I have only 12 months. Do you guys agree? There is no other month we have. So I'm going to copy. Let's do copy this. Control C. Copy. Control C. Please pay attention. Copy. Control C. So you copy this the month, and let's put somewhere. So I'm going to put somewhere here. Parallel, and then I'll say, okay, if it's January, it's a 1 quarter. February, then it's 1 quarter. March, 1 quarter. April, 2nd quarter. May, 2nd quarter. June, 2nd quarter. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to do here. This one is 3rd quarter, and 3rd quarter. And rest of things is a 4th quarter, and 4th quarter. So total I have 4 quarters. Basically, I'm saying that if this 3 months, then the quarter will be 1. If this is the month, then quarter is 2. If this is the month, then quarter is 2. Yeah, this is the month, then quarter is 3. Otherwise, quarter is 4. Make sure you type properly. Good so far? Now, I'm going to add a column. It's pretty hard for me, but that's fine. I should have, let's copy this table and highlight this thing and say Control X. First write down, oh sorry, my mistake. First you highlight this thing. I want to take up. So I'll say Control X. Control X means cut it. So please understand, first I say 3 months, first quarter, next 3 months, second quarter, next 3 months, third quarter, next 3 months, fourth quarter. So now I select this thing and I say Control X. Control X. X means cut. And I put somewhere here. So it's kind of more readable. More readable. Control X, Control V. Control X means cut it. And Control V means paste it. Control X, Control V. Give me thumbs up if you're able to do along with me. Control X, Control. Some shortcuts are basic shortcuts which we use often. Now here I'm going to add a column called quarter. Column called quarter. Good. So now please understand. What I'm trying to do here is, please understand. If it is January, I want this to be 1. If it is May, it should be 2. If it is October, it should be 4. Make sense? So now I'm going to do VLOOKUP. Check it out. Equals VLOOKUP. Equals VLOOKUP. What I'm looking for? I'm looking for this January. I'm looking for January, comma, in this table. So highlight this table and F4. Highlight this table and F4 means log this table. So I'm looking January in this table. So select the table and say F4, comma, because the second column I'm interested in. So I put second column. Make sure you see on the screen. It's not like we didn't do VLOOKUP. We know the VLOOKUP. So I'm looking for this January in this table, which is this table is here. And this is the first column, and this is the second column. I'm looking for this column. So ideally, January match here, so I should get 1. And if I press enter, I got 1. And if I double click on that appropriately, oops, somewhere spelling mistake. No. Why not applicable? This one is correct. This one is correct. So somewhere we made a mistake. Up to 1, 2, 3 came right. So spelling 1, 2, 3. Oh, it went. Feb is always on April. March it worked. So Feb must be spelling mistake also. Okay, so let's do that. Give me 1 second because now it's a tricky. I need to make it true, I believe. 1 second. Not true, false. False. Okay, I think that may be the false. Yeah, false. Let me explain why. You need to put a false, a little bit tricky. I'll explain. You need to put false. So what happened? VLOOKUP has 2 more. I need a little bit of attention because it will help you for the homework. Please understand the first exercise we did for grade. Please, need a little bit focus here. 0 to 60. Then it doesn't matter what value you have, we give F. So this is called approximation. If it is 35, F. If it is 55, F. 59, F. But it's approximately, means anywhere in this range. But here is no approximation. Here is called exact match. Make sense? So this false means exact match. So let me repeat. If I remove the false, you will see, and I delete here, and it gives me 2 options. Approximately match, it's a range. So if it's a range like 0 to 20, do this, then I would do true. True is by default. You don't have to write by default. But here may exactly, this is exactly line to line map. So that's why I say false. Don't do approximately, do exact match. Means if it is Jan, then take 1. If it is fair, then take 2. Grade your range 0 to 20, 0 to 60, 60 to 70. If the range is there, then you have approximation. Because between 0 to 60, anything you have grade F. But here is not the case. Here is a 1 to 1. 1 Jan, only 1. Feb, 1. So in that situation, we need to say false. So here I say false. And then I double click and see yourself. Give me thumbs up if you're able to get proper quarter.
So the before one, there was approximate, so are we supposed to write down?
You don't have to write true because that is a default. Because it was default, we were not writing.
Okay.
But here it's a one-to-one mapping, we are writing. Interesting, right? I think one of the point in your homework, they will write this thing. You will understand. Perfect. Everyone got it? Now we are not done yet because we want to do quarter. Now, if I say 1, 2, 3, people will not understand that. You guys agree? So let's add one more column here. Add one more column, insert, and we'll say quarter, name, quarter, name. Now, what I really want here, I have 1, 2, 3, but I want to do like this way, quarter one. I want to do this way, quarter one. So I want to add this thing, and I want to take this number. Sounds familiar? I thought we did something called concat.
Yeah.
Did we? So let's use concat. See, everything I planted, so you can learn well, right? Concat, in double quotation, Q capital, TR, double quotation complete, right? Comma, the number here, like that. So what you are saying is, in double quotation, I have quarter, Q capital, quarter, double quotation complete, then comma, you are using this item. So whatever it is there, it will say quarter one, quarter two, like that. So it will be more readable. Make sense? Press enter. Wow, I like that. And double click. Oh, now it's more English. Pretty cool. See, most people don't understand power of concat. Power of concat is significant high. You'll be surprised. Sometimes you dollars, sometimes you do bonus, sometimes. See, all the things you are learning, these are useful tools. You don't know when you need, but if you do not know, then it will not be useful. So quarter one. Now, once you have quarter one, quarter four, now let's write here. So we'll say quarter one, sorry. Quarter one, make sure spelling is correct. Quarter two, quarter three, and quarter four. So far, so good. Quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four. Now you know what to do. Sum if. You pick the range. So this is your range, quarter range, highlight, and then lock it, F4, comma, your criteria is quarter one, and comma, your dollar amount is total, which is this one. Make sure you select it and F4. See, nicely you guys are really doing awesome job. As you are following, you will start getting the answer. If you press enter, you will get that answer now. So you can see here, you have this range, this is the quarter range, this one is your criteria, this one is your total range. Make sure you don't forget F4. Both are lockdown range. The only range is not lockdown is the criteria. Now you press enter, put a dollar sign. If you get a hash sign, it means you need to expand the column width and then drag it and see if you guys get the answer. Give me a thumbs up if you are getting it. Pretty cool. So this kind of thing I can give you guarantee. If someone has not done VLOOKUP, it's pretty hard to do. Now, if you do manually, you're gonna get tired, right? So it's pretty, VLOOKUP is extremely powerful, and trust me, I spend most of my time, my work. If you don't know VLOOKUP, you can't function at all. Let me repeat. And I have many managers, many team members. They keep asking me, "Hey, can you help me?" And for me, it's 2-minute work max. And they whole day they spend time. The power they don't know, so they depend on me. They didn't know VLOOKUP, but we do VLOOKUP a lot. So VLOOKUP is very powerful. It's a tons like example. I'll tell you. If you have one worksheet, your name, one worksheet, your salary, one worksheet, your title. So now you want to merge this thing together. Then you can easily do VLOOKUP. So I'm going to show you that. So you can understand, right now we are doing all VLOOKUP in one worksheet, but you can do VLOOKUP with multiple worksheets. And that's what I'm going to show you. You, as a homework, try this thing. If you can find out, you know all things because you know some basically, right? So you want to, we already did year, quarter, so should not be. If I can do total, I can do unit sold, I can do unit, I can do the total. So you have idea. Now, why don't you do one thing? Add a plus sign, click on a plus sign, and click on plus sign, and you have worksheet. So here, just say write name, add a work. What happened? Just say name. Again, add another worksheet and say salary. Another worksheet and say title. Name, salary, and title. And here, add another worksheet, double click on that and say report. So basically what I have done, I have added bunch of worksheet, clicking, double clicking name, clicking, double clicking salary, clicking, double clicking title, clicking, double clicking report. Good so far? Yeah. Now, if you click on name, if something is there, just highlight and delete. Highlight and delete. So you don't need anything, right? So it's empty. Salary is empty. Title is empty. Report is empty. So now go to name. Make sure you go to name and put your cursor on the first A1. A1 is your cell. Remember, I'm in a name cell, name worksheet. Nothing is there, so my cursor is on the first one. Now we are going to do a very simple demonstrations about multiple worksheet. How can you do VLOOKUP? This kind of things, if you know it, trust me, you are considered as a pro. There is nothing special. Ready? So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to say name. So I'll say name and let's say email. Name and email. Let's say name is Tom and email is tom@abc.com. Now name is, let's say, Emmy and email is emmy@abc.com. I hope you can understand. If I can do for two values, then I can do for hundreds of values as well. So I'm not typing too much because I don't think you need to type too much, but you got the idea. How many? I have 2 records, but if I have 2,000 record or 20,000, it will be the same process. Make sense or no? So name and email. People on phone, I'm in a tab name worksheet. Please understand name worksheet, and these are my values. If you're done with this, give me thumbs up so we can move forward. Good so far? Okay, so now let's go to salary. Remember our 2 employees, Tom and Amy. These are our employee name. So we'll remember that. So now go to salary, and salary will say name, salary, and we'll say Tom. Tom makes, let's say, 10,000, and Amy makes, let's say, 5,000. Please understand, case sensitive. Whatever you type here, Tom and Amy, I'm using them, right? I'm using them. Right? Good so far. Right? Now, I'm hoping typing 2 columns should not be that complex. That's why I'm using that as an example. Now let's go to title. Same thing, name, and we'll say title. Name is Tom. Let's say his title is manager, M capital manager. And let's say, what is the person? Amy. And her name is, let's say, director, D capital director. So she makes less salary because he might be HR director. And maybe Tom might be an IT manager. So IT manager makes more money, right? See, Amy makes less money right now, though her title is high. Tom makes more money, his title is less, but that's fine. We're not worried about it, right? So name is there, salary is there, title. Now our goal, please understand, our goal is to combine all this thing and create a report. That's our goal. Make sense? So how should we do that? Pretty easy. First, step by step. right? So I have name, right? So first I want to take both of this. I want to take everything from this one to report, right? So how do I get? So I go to report. I go to report. Click on the report. You have to follow what I'm doing. I'm not going to type too much. It's very simple steps I'm going to follow. If you follow that, you will say, ta-da! Otherwise, huh? What did you do? Right? So make sure you pay attention. So first I'll do plus sign, plus. I'm in a report. I click on plus. And then I click on name. I click on name. And then I highlight both of this like this. See on the screen. I highlight both of this and press enter. Boom. Wow, I like that. Let me repeat one more time. Many people lifetime don't understand this. They type over and over and over. So I'm in report plus. See on the screen plus. I'm in a report plus. Go to name. And then you draw a square line. And then press enter. Got it? Still not got it? No problem. One more time. I went to report. Right? I went to report. First, I click on a plus. I click on a plus, went to name, and then square it. Boom. And press enter. Got it? Now we got this. So we got this. Now, everyone good? Now I want to get salary, but the salary I want to get through lookup. I want to get through lookup. So you know this person has salary. So I'm going to put salary as a title. I'm going to write here salary as a title, but I don't know his salary. What I know is his name. So I'm going to say plus VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP. I say this is the name. I click on that. This is the name. Make sure you see on the screen. This is the name. Then comma. This is the comma. Then go to salary and highlight and press F4. Highlight this item and press F4. Then after you highlight, you're gonna do comma on the address bar, comma 1. Sorry, my mistake. 2. My mistake. A parenthesis. Let me repeat. You did VLOOKUP. You highlight this thing. After you highlight, you press F4. Then it will lock it. Then comma 2. Comma 2 because I want to interested in salary. Now you press enter.
Do we have to open files?
No. Press enter. So you got this, and now you get here, and if you are not applicable, right? So now it's exact matching. So we have to do false here, which we will do here. So I click on 1000, and after comma 2, I'll say false, right? And press enter. Now, if I drag it, because it's exact matching, perfect. Give me thumbs up if you're able to get it. I'll do one more time, just to make sure it's not scary at all. See, first I'll say equals VLOOKUP equals VLOOKUP. First, you select the name, then comma, select the name, then comma, go to a particular worksheet, which is salary, highlight that, press F4, and then comma 2. 2 means second column, and because we want exact matching, we're going to say false, and press enter, and then drag it and get it. Make sense? Same thing. Now let's try put it here called title. So we'll say title. Oops. I was supposed to do this thing in a report. Sorry for that, which is not a problem. Technically speaking, I can copy Control X and Control V. It will still work. Doesn't matter. It's going to work because we have lookup. It should work, right? It should work. Now title. Let's do it. So what should I do? VLOOKUP. I want to find this person, comma, title, highlight this square. F4. You're looking for second column. Then you comma and say false. False. Why? Because you want to exit 101 mapping. Press enter and do that. Perfect. Got it? So this way you can easily combine data from, trust me, if you are working on insurance company, banking, credit card company, they will give you a bunch of data. I did for tab, you can also do through files also. So if you get a bunch of files and get the data also. So VLOOKUP works for multiple tabs. VLOOKUP also works with multiple files. I hope you enjoy this thing. I hope you understand. If you are clear, then I can show you the homework. Question, concerns, doubt. Any questions before I switch to homework?
Can you show the formula again for the title, please?
Same thing. I can do one more time, no problem. Let me show you. If you are able to do salary, same thing, same concept. First you do equal, VLOOKUP. Then you click on that item. VLOOKUP, pick that item, comma, go to title, and then you highlight this two item. Highlight this and press F4. F4, make sure you lock it. Comma 2. You have to do comma 2. So comma 2, and because it's exact matching 101 matching, which say false. And then press enter. And then you drag this. So this is your formula. Right? I have recorded the session. In case if you have trouble, most likely within 3 hours, recording will be available. That recording will be in the Google Class, so you will have access to. I have not covered pivot thing. Next week we'll cover pivot. Next week I'll review a little bit, so making sure you're comfortable. But in one day, you can learn so much thing, right? And that is the part. Our focus is we are using Excel for data analysis. We are not spending time in learning just Excel. So please don't underestimate what you are learning in this. This is just a simple first step. We have long run to go. Excel has so much power, which many of us never use it because we use most of the Excel for basic purpose. But Excel has a tons of goodies which you're gonna learn here.